Good afternoon.
Sì, ciao Lorenzo,
Sì, piacere Lorenzo.
ciao piacere Gianmarco. È in italiano il meeting o è in inglese? Come fa?
Inglese.
In inglese. Vabbè.
Hello, gentlemen.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good to see you. I knew you would come a bit early, so that's very nice. How are you?
Fine, thanks you.
Yes, all good, all good. Are you ready for the presentation?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have shared the screen, so I don't know if
Yes,
you can.
that's very good. That's good. Yeah, I see it.
Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll wait probably around till 5 past so people can join, all right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You can share also in the full screen mode.
Yes, yes, I see it in the full screen mode now. Yes.
Perfectly. Thank you.
Right, that's awesome. Hello, Sean. Hello, Vishal. Gianmarco.
Hi, everybody.
You.
Hello.
Hello, hello. This might be one of our biggest meetings, actually. Everyone is excited. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
Are you all in Lugano?
I am in Lugano. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And you also, mm, how do I pronounce your name? Sorry, Messi? Messier?
You can just call me Matt. It's fine.
Matt.
Yes, 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 yes. I am calling from Poznań, Poland.
Ah, Poland. Okay.
Yes, yes. What about you?
I'm close to Lausanne.
Close to Lausanne. Oh, these are beautiful places.
Yeah.
Nice. I've been to Lausanne last year. Yeah, it was beautiful.
You seems a sportman.
Sorry, sorry.
You went. You seems that you do some kind of sport. Maybe for that reason you went there. There is the Olympic Committee in Lausanne.
Ah, yes. No, I went there for hikes nearby.
Ah,
Yes, but I
it's
appreciate it.
it's
It's
a
very
sport.
nice. Yes, 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 yes.
It's a sport. So
Yes, I agree. I agree. Luckily, the insurance company thinks it's not a sport, so the insurance is cheaper. But yeah,
I,
yeah. Hi,
I
Armin.
mean,
Good to see you.
It's not Olympic, but it's a sport.
I agree. I agree. Audrius, Mirko, Alexander, Przemysław. Good to see you, gentlemen. How are you?
Hello.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
No,
Hello, everyone. Just an FYI, we will start at 5 past because some people are still joining. So wait just a few more minutes. So be sure to grab your coffee or tea because once Dr. Lorenzo starts speaking, there will be no way you can move away from your computer. So
Sure.
please. Hi, Renata. Good to see you.
Halo?
Witam ponownie firma Bednarek, dział serwisu, rozmowa jest nagrywana.
Dzień dobry.
Terminem
More and more people joining. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Just an FYI, we'll be starting in 3 minutes, still waiting for some people to join. We have a few more people joining. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Renata. How are you? I missed you. You weren't at the member summit. I thought you'd be there.
Hello, no, unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to visit it, but my colleagues were there, so we
Yes,
have.
yes. I saw
Mhm.
Jeannie. Yes.
Nice.
Cool. More people joining. That's exciting. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Just as an FYI, we'll be starting in about 2 minutes, waiting for some people to join. So quite a lot of meetup groups that are coming in. So let's wait just a few more minutes. Or maybe we'll start 4 past, just so you know we don't get bored here. And so just in a minute, and I'll give a quick introduction for the LFDT, and then I'll also introduce Dr. Lorenzo, the speaker today. So just 1 more minute. Yeah.
By the way, are you in Lugano or where are you recording from?
We are from different cities. So I myself, I am from Poznań. I am from Poland, and maybe the speaker can say for himself.
Yeah, I'm in Lugano.
Nice, okay.
I'm another participant, but I am in Lausanne.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm in Munich, by the way.
Nice.
Hi everyone, I've just joined. Good to
Hello,
see you all.
Agnieszka.
Agnieszka, hey.
Hi.
Could you say again, Gonzalo, where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Spain, but I work from Munich. So I'm in
Oh,
Munich
you work
right
from
now.
Munich.
Yeah.
Nice. So we have some Spanish Bavarian representation as well.
Right,
Great.
right, exactly.
Fantastic. Awesome. All right, we have 20 people in the meeting, so I think we'll get started with this. So once again, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining today's LFDT European Chapter meetup. Myself, my name is Maciej. I'll try to host this session today, but on a commercial side, I also represent a company called SPO Software, where I'm the growth manager. And today we will be talking about the Swiss ledger, and we are pleased to welcome Dr. Lorenzo Barisone, our speaker today. The meeting will last for about 60 minutes. The presentation itself would take probably about 30 to 40 minutes, followed by a Q&A session. If you have any questions, please note them down, and I'm sure Dr. Lorenzo will love to give you more answers at the end of the presentation. After the talk, we usually also have a short member updates and announcements session, so we'll like to stay in and listen to what's been going on in the decentralized technology space in Europe. You're welcome to do so. We welcome you all. If you are not able to stay for the full session, the recording of this session will be available on the LF Decentralized Trust YouTube channel. So just Google or search in YouTube LF Decentralized Trust, and our video will be there probably tomorrow. So yeah, you're welcome to do that as well. If you'd like to share with anyone else, it will be there as well. Just quick word about the LF Decentralized Trust. This is an open source foundation under the Linux Foundation, and it was established to advance decentralized technologies such as blockchain, digital identity, and cryptographic infrastructure. It's a neutral, vendor-independent environment where organizations collaborate on production-grade distributed ledger and trust-based systems. The European chapter itself, this is the organization organizing these meetings, so us, we bring together professionals, companies, and institutions across Europe who are focused on the institutional adoption of decentralized technologies. The chapter is a safe space for knowledge sharing, updates from ongoing initiatives, and practical discussions. We meet every 4 weeks on Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central European Time, so same time as it is today. And you're welcome to join the community and subscribe to our meeting calendar to stay informed about upcoming sessions and initiatives. I will send some links once I am done with the introduction, and I'll forward to Dr. Lorenzo. Quickly, just about, I think, a few words about Dr. Lorenzo Barisone. And also maybe perhaps I will say a few words about the city of Lugano, or perhaps Lorenzo, you would like to say yourself, but
Yeah, absolutely. It's not a problem. Thank you.
I think you'll be better at that. I will just quickly say, for those of you who have probably never met Dr. Lorenzo before, he's a data scientist and a project lead affiliated with the city of Lugano, working in the city's innovation hub, and he has experience coordinating some public sector digital innovation projects, and is also the co-author of research on blockchain and decentralized systems. So I'll give the floor to you, Dr. Lorenzo, and please, if you could say a few more words, and perhaps also about the city of Lugano and kind of what are the initiatives that you guys have ongoing in the city, and then we can just start the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Michel. We will deep dive in this presentation about what we are doing essentially in Lugano in the blockchain sector, together with also the payment token that has been issued in 2020 and that is used now to buy in more than 500 merchants within the city. So essentially, as Michel has said, I'm Lorenzo Barisone. I'm the statistics and data innovation lead of the city of Lugano. So following both projects related to official statistics, but also to data innovation projects, such as the use of blockchain within the public administration and the management also of these project that is Swiss Ledger. I'm working within the city of Lugano, both in the Office of Statistics, but also in the Lugano Living Lab, which is an official living lab renowned by the European Network of Living Labs, which is the incubator of innovation and digitalization project within the public administration of the city of Lugano. So essentially, to start and to introduce a bit what we are talking about, everything has started in 2020 with the pandemic. So we will see how essentially it has been referred to, but essentially in 2020 we were the first city that has issued a city level payment token that today is used by roughly 40,000 users within more than 500 merchants out of a population of a resident population of 68,000 inhabitants. In 2021, after the issuance of this city level payment token that is called the Luga, there was the launch of the 3A chain public permission blockchain network maintained by local institution that has the aim at the beginning of tokenizing the Luga. Then now we have more than 30 entities, public, private, and academic entities that support from a technical point of view so that you, sorry, I was looking at the chat. We have more than 30 entities that are supporting the project by maintaining the infrastructure through a node. And recently in 2025, we have that the 3A chain project has evolved in Swiss Ledger, that is conceived as the next evolution of the Lugano's blockchain initiative, especially by moving from a city experiment into a Swiss-wide platform for banking, industry, and public administration. So here you have the website where you can find more information about Swiss Ledger and the current project that has been developed and that are going on within the network. Essentially, from a technical point of view, governance and technical point of view, we have that Swiss Ledger is a public permission blockchain network where only authorized entities can validate transactions by the permission that today is granted by the city of Lugano. So the way in which the city of Lugano make available to join the network is really like a public good. So it is a really open way. So you don't have to pay any kind of transaction cost to be there. The only cost that the persons that are within the network, the entities that are within the network have to suffer is the infrastructure cost to maintain the node for the infrastructure. So we use a proof of authority consensus mechanism, so providing fast, energy efficient validation scheme with also a sandbox for regulatory compliance and policy making development. From a technical point of view, is built on Ethereum virtual machine and is anchored to Bitcoin and Ethereum to provide further public verifiability and network resilience. Today we have more than 30 entities which are on both in the public and private sphere, but also in the academic context. So we have the University of Lugano and also the Professional University of Lugano, which are part of the network. All the nodes are identical in the sense that all nodes are simple nodes in the sense that they can act as relayers within the network, so resubmitting transaction. But then we have that some nodes as some additional capabilities, like the one of including transaction in blocks, and those are called validator nodes. So adding a validator node requires the approval of the majority of the existing validator, and adding any node requires the approval, as I said before, of the Swiss Ledger Consortium that today is composed by the city of Lugano. Probably in the future we will move to a more consortium governance model in also entity terms, so that we will have a publicly founded association or foundation that will manage the project, always under the supervision and sponsorship of the city of Lugano. It is a growing network, so in recent years we had major companies and public entities that has decided to join the network. So we have the Canton Ticino from what concern the public entity context. Then we have some Swiss but global companies in terms of supply and markets, like Avaloq, which is the main provider for technological solutions within banks here in Switzerland. We have also Bitcoin Swiss, Signum Bank, HCL Tech, Confinale Wealth Solution, and recently we had also some tech companies like Acer that has decided to join the network, and VAR Group, which is a company active in the IT, data science, and cybersecurity world, actively in Switzerland, Italy, and Spain. So this is the list, the complete list. We are around 35 companies that are part of the network. So from, as I said, from Acer, Bitcoin Swiss, but also to some public entities like the Cantonal Hospital of Ticino, the Canton Ticino, but also Tether, VAR Group, and the University of Lugano. From a technical point of view, we have that the structure of Swiss Ledger is made of multiple layers. So we have a core ledger layer where transactions and assets are recorded. Then we have a smart contract layer for the creation of smart contracts, API and integration layer to make possible to have applications anchored to the blockchain for banks and fintech applications, a compliance layer made of an anti-money laundering AI detection system for fraudulent behavior, a security layer combining cryptographic and cybersecurity protection system, and an asset tokenization module. Especially we have just recently, we are one of the blockchain under which can be used Hadron, the tokenization platform of Tether, within the different kind of blockchains that are available within the tokenization tool. So we have different kind of applications that are already in place from some of the entities that are part of the network. For what concern the private sector application, we have the first tokenization certification platform through blockchain of a physical piece of arts. This is a project called ArtChain and has been developed by a company, Officina Bit, that is part of the network, active here in Switzerland. Essentially, this is the first blockchain-based certification system that of a physical piece of arts that completely replaced, in terms of legal validity, the physical certificates of piece of arts. And for example, we have that the entire collection of Arnaldo Pomodoro, which is an Italian sculpture, is certified on the blockchain of the city of Lugano through Officina Bit and the Arnaldo Pomodoro Foundation. Then we have a company that is called Weekend Group that is based in Geneva that provide KYB and KYC services, especially for financial institutions that uses layer 2 Swiss Ledger to certify all the KYB and KYC processes through the blockchain of the city of Lugano, Swiss Ledger. Then we have also other kind of notarization services for different kind of legal documents, and also an NFT platform creation that is implemented and completely usable within the Swiss Ledger blockchain. For what concern the public sector application, so especially we have two public sector applications already working on Swiss Ledger. The first one is the Luga, a municipal payment token, that is really the first use case that was born in the Swiss Ledger network. So it is really a project that is that has as aim of using the blockchain technology at the service of the local economy, and it is related to the application that is called My Lugano and that can be downloaded from any app store available. So what is the motivation behind everything I will explain and that I has already described you. So everything has started in 2020 with the pandemic. So one of the worry of the municipality, of the government of the city of Lugano, was that with the lockdown, people were getting used to buy online and reduce the civic engagement in leaving the city and buying locally. So what the city of Lugano has decided to to prevent this kind of worries at the time was to create this city app that is My Lugano, and to create within the city app a sort of stable coin. We cannot call it stable coin. It is a payment token that is authorized by the Swiss Financial Authority and that is completely used, as I said, by more than 500 merchants within the city. So they accept the Luga as a means of payment, and the way in which this is, it's structured, we have that 1 Swiss franc is equal to 100 Luga. So for what concern this aspect, it is really the same as a stable coin, but we cannot call it as a stable coin because of two reasons. First of all, we have that it is a closed system, so the Luga is accepted only within the jurisdiction of the city of Lugano. And secondly, we have that you can buy Luga with Swiss franc, but you cannot do the vice versa. So you cannot buy Swiss franc with Luga. This why we have this rule. First of all, because this is a loyalty program and an incentivation mechanism that we have decided to put in place to incentivize people to buy locally in Lugano. And the way in which it is structured is that once you buy in one of the merchants that accept the Luga, then you obtain the 10% cashback in Luga and whatever is the means of payment that you are using to pay. So if you are paying in cash or with credit card or any other means of payment, you have that you can receive the 10% cashback in Luga. And only through this rule that you cannot turn the Lugas in Swiss franc, you have that it can be function the incentivation mechanism also for the merchants to finance the 10% cashback, because then this 10% cashback is put again in circulation within the network. So you have more than 500 merchants, as I said, that are accepting the Luga. In Lugano, you really can buy everything with Luga, so from bars and restaurants to cultural activities, but also a car or some electronic facilities, and also sports and leisure activities. So within the network, all these merchants not only accept the Luga, but also accept Bitcoin, Tether, and Ethereum as a means of payment. So it is really a multi-asset wallet where you can store your Lugas, but also the Bitcoin and all the other digital currencies with which you can pay within the city, and all is anchored related to the blockchain of the city Swiss ledger. So why a merchant should be part of the network, considering that they have to finance the 10% cashback? Because first of all, the reason why all these mechanism has been put in place is that you want to create civic engagement, so also creating campaign within the network, also giving visibility to the merchant through social networks and communication campaign managed by the city. But also because you can really target some specific policies, like, for example, incentivizing cultural shopping among the youngest. So every year, the city of Lugano give 200 Swiss francs in Lugas to the people turning 18 years old, that can be spent only within the merchants that are considered as cultural attractions within the network of the merchants. But also you can do sustainable, you can incentivize sustainable shopping or any kind of activities, behavior. Also, for example, we are preparing use cases in the health related world to incentivize positive well-being in terms of behaviors of elderlies and other kind of citizens. But also you can use it as a tourist attraction policy. So you can go, for example, in other part of Switzerland to give some Lugas to people that then as an incentive to arrive in Lugano as tourists and spend the Lugas and many more Swiss franc within the region. So we have done some surveys about how it is used, the Luga. So we have that among the overall set of people that has responded to this survey, we have that 21% of the respondents were using the Luga. These results were on 2022, so they were 3 years ago. So a short-term effect of the policy, while among the youngest, so the under 35, we have that the Luga is used around in the 30% of cases more than cash. And the way in which it works from a blockchain perspective is that when someone requests a transaction, then the transaction is broadcast to a network of nodes. Simple nodes can validate the transaction, then the verified transaction form a new block, and the validator node add the block within the blockchain, permanently completing the transaction. Another public sector application that is already working is Verify Lugano. So this is mainly referred to the challenge of public administration documents certification and management. We know that this system is characterized by inefficiency, especially by slow and disconnected processes, but also problems in terms of transparency, because we have a majority of documents that are still in paper format, but we are digitalizing the process, and especially by making documents, official documents available digitally, we are exposed to also cyber attacks and digital manipulation and corruption. So there could be problems in terms of security, especially also in terms of transparency, traceability, and compliance within the official regulation related to data protection. Then blockchain can be a solution in that context, especially because transparency can be obtained through decentralized architecture. There could be an increase in traceability, reducing the opportunity of manipulation and unauthorized access. Then it granted a high level of security through the cryptographic systems that are inherent within the blockchain. The potential limits of the adoption is that there could be a high initial cost and the need of technical structure to do so. But however, we have that this problem in our cases, but also for any kind of public government and public administration entity, since our system is completely open and based on the sharing of the infrastructure, these limits are solved because we have a blockchain that is completely available and suited for public administration applications that can solve potential limits of other networks, providing immutable and transparent records. The way in which the application works is very easy. It's a production-ready service for notarizing public administration documents, where you can have a proof of existence and data integrity of the documents that has been issued by the city of Lugano. This solution has been adopted by the Statistical Office of the city, both for the statistical reports and publications, but also for the open government data. So we have that the way in which it works is that you can verify the authenticity of documents by putting these within the drop area, and then if the file is the one that has been created by the city of Lugano, then you have a verified response with all the information regarding the time and also hash information of the document that has been verified. While if you have that the document has been manipulated or was not the one certified by the city, then you have that the document is not verified. Sorry. So Then moving to the applications in the banking and finance sector, we have that especially for the roadmap of the project in relationship to going through a national scale adoption, we know that to go in this direction, we have to have implementations and use cases in the field of banking and finance. And we have that the way the governance and the structure of Swiss Ledger is particularly suited for the problem of digital infrastructure within the banking and finance world. Why? Because we know that modern economies depend on digital infrastructure today, but these can be characterized by market failures problems in the economic sense related especially to public good provision, so with underinvestment and monopolistic control over essential digital services. So in that sense, we have that also a growing academic literature within DLT management is treating digital platforms as public good, especially as digital commons. And one domain where these issues arise is the financial services. And this is the reason why we have that open banking as came out as a global response by promoting secure API-based data sharing with early evidence, especially in UK, with positive effects, especially for the consumers, with increasing rate of usage of open banking solution, but also of improvement on the bank side in terms of increasing innovation, efficiency, and reduction of banking cost. So in Switzerland, we have that as opposed to European Union and UK, the Swiss Confederation has decided to have a market-led voluntary approach for the adoption of open banking solutions. So Swiss banks are not enforced to adopt open banking solution, but at the same time, we have that the regulatory framework for DLT is particularly advanced and clear. So the fact that you don't have a public enforcement, but at the same time you need a private sponsor for such a digital infrastructure, we have that in the Swiss context we are lacking of platform and solutions from the private context that are trying to structuring a sort of Swiss open banking. In that sense, in this context, Swiss Ledger can address two key issues of this situation by solving the problem of privately owned digital infrastructure, and also by proposing a blockchain that is API driven, so ideal for open banking applications. So in that sense, the way in which the city of Lugano is proposing the Swiss Ledger blockchain is really by considering this as a sort of highway or railroad, so a public good that is managed by public, where everyone, any kind of private actor can ride at the same rule and with the same infrastructure. So in that sense, we have that, and we have done a publication on this that will be out on the Journal of Mathematical Cryptology, is that Swiss Ledger can be considered one of the first concrete example of what was called the Finternet in a publication that came out by from the Bank of International Settlement in 2023. So really the idea of treating digital infrastructure in that case in the field of finance as public good, public services, and making it available for anyone with a public provision scheme. So then who can benefit in that sense to this kind of scheme? Consumer, because they can have access to faster and cheaper financial services, but also banks, we have said before, by lowering IT cost sharing infrastructure rather than having an investment for a single infrastructure in any kind of bank. Fintech companies could be more accepted and can reduce their entry barriers within the network, within the market, and also regulators and the public sector could have access to a single infrastructure where they can see how the changes in regulation can adapt in terms of actors' behavior and then change them accordingly. So in terms of what is the roadmap of our project is that now we have completed the pilot and proof of concept situation context, and we are moving in a very advanced way, I would say, in the early adoption in niche use cases with the different use cases that I have shown you, and we have many other coming in within the network, and expansion to the core financial sector with the next step related to the nationwide adoption and international connectivity and innovation. Especially for this aspect of the expansion to core financial sector, we know that we are a public administration. We don't have the competencies and the idea of putting us in the market to conquer with banks and so on. So what we have done is to create a lab for financial innovation here in Lugano, which consists of two collaboration: a technical collaboration with the major Swiss technological providers for banks, which are Avaloq and HCL Tech Confinale Wealth Solution, and also a Web3 company active here in Lugano that is Noku, and UBQ, which is a service company active here in Lugano again, and active in the digital finance world, and an academic collaboration with the University of Lugano and the Professional University of Lugano in order to sponsor and foster research in the field of blockchain applied to banking and finance. What we have done is to open 5 working tables on tokenization of digital asset, custodial crypto services, trade finance, decentralized data identity and documents, and legal framework to then develop solution and applications based on Swiss Ledger. So in the last year, the Swiss Ledger project has been at the center of the debate in the Swiss context, especially thanks to the activity that we have done with Swiss Ledger. We were the first municipality to test join the Swiss Blockchain Federation that consists of many private companies, but that is sponsored by 5 Swiss cantons, which are the Canton of Ticino, the Canton of Zurich, of Zug, Neuchâtel, and Geneva. And we were the first city that was asked to join the network, thanks to the competence that we have showed off within the Swiss context. Now we have also a federal consultation that is going on the regulation of stablecoins and crypto, and we are among of the set of experts that were consulted for the parliamentarian law that is going on to be created in weeks. We are active also with the association related to the API world, open banking world, like Open Wealth Association, and we are also working in strict contact with the Swiss National Bank, and we have also also done a lot of scientific effort to provide a sort of scientific and academic ground to the project of the city of Lugano by doing publications in the field of DLT and presenting them at international conference. For example, the conference on distributed system at the University of Glasgow this year, organized by the IEEE Association, but also the first international conference on DLT technology at Lisbona, and we are still working on this and going on within the project. So thank you very much for the attention, and if you have questions, I'm completely available. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Dr. Varisana, for the insightful presentation. I think we all appreciate you sharing both the vision, the implementation, all the technicalities of Swift Ledger with us. And we'll now move to the Q&A session. To keep the discussion orderly, I would ask you to please raise your hand using the reactions button below. When I invite you to speak, kindly turn on your microphone. If you prefer not to speak, you're welcome to submit your questions in the chat, and we'll monitor the chat and highlight those questions and answer them after all of the questions via voice are answered. Thank you. I'm sure questions will come. In the meantime, perhaps I'll do a little bit of a warm-up and ask one of the first questions from the chat then. Alfonso here has asked about the relation of Luga with the Swiss WIR. Could you, Alfonso, speak up and share a bit more about what it is as well, so that everyone is kind of knows the context as well?
Yes, thank you. The beer it's one of the first community currencies. It's older than 80 years, almost 100 years. Okay, so it is a communal currency, and that's what the Luga is. And so from one municipality to the whole confederation, that's why I ask what's the relationship between the Luga and the beer.
So essentially, there is no relation. So it is a policy want at the moment, and when it was started in 2020 to be a closed system within the city. So this was a political decision of the government of the city of Lugano. So, but this probably can change. So it is not a definitive decision. And also because today we have many cities in Switzerland, but not only in Switzerland, that are asking to replicate what we are doing. And this is very interesting also because in the end, they only have to replicate the application and Luga system, but using the blockchain that we have. With the idea of decentralizing even more with the public entity approach.
It's a very interesting approach, and you could benefit if you have the technology already. You could benefit very much from the movement of alternative community currencies. Okay, that from the Bristol pound, which was, issued in paper in England, to many cities and many communities, to the Palmas in Brazil. Okay, the community currencies, it's a strong movement with a lot of experience. I understand your political decision, and I congratulate you for the technical results that you have reached. Just look at that framework. It might help you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Alfonso.
Thanks to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alfonso. We have one question from Gianmarco. He's raising his hand, so hopefully it doesn't hurt yet. So please.
No, it's okay. Hello, everybody. I believe most of you attending the meeting is you are expert in the blockchain technology, and I'm investigating this technology today under a business aspect. Since I want to say that I want to create a new figure in the system, which is a blockchain business analyst. So one of the questions that I have is, as a blockchain business analyst, is what is the reason for you that today projects fail after the pilot stage? What is the main reason in your experience? Is an open question, honestly, to anybody that has this kind of experience.
In the blockchain field, obviously, no?
Sorry?
In the blockchain field you are referring to, no, right?
Yeah, I'm referring under the aspect of the technology in a general way, most technical than not specific for technology or another, for a chain or another.
From my side is a problem of adoption. So you have really to go in the direction of having a broad set of use cases that are not simply use case that you have once a time, but that you are able to have a continuation in the usage by individuals, entities, and so on. And the majority of the blockchain that has failed in this specific case were anchored to one specific use case and with no applications or scalability criteria. This is from my perspective.
Okay.
Awesome.
So is to limit the technology to specific use case. This is what you believe is the main reason.
Exactly. Or use cases that in the end are not useful or don't have a adequate consumption rate.
Theoretically, is true most of the time that I heard for people that talk about blockchain that it could be applied practically anywhere. So theoretically, it should be not a case to limit. No, that's a common idea around. So it's kind of a conflict idea that I'm exploring because in a way you say with people, yes, it could be applied anywhere, but in another sides of the medal, you say, well, you need the right use case. This is creates a little bit of conflict. That's why I try to clarify these points very much.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
thank you for your answer.
Good. Good question, Gianmarco, and thank you for asking about that, and thank you, Lorenzo, for your response as well. Gonzalo has a question as well, so please.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you, Lorenzo. It was a very nice pitch. My question is about the use cases specifically. I wanted to know a little bit more about what is the main use cases of the Luga payments within shops, right? Because you said that you can go through shops and pay with the Luga, but is there any specific use case like, let's say, food or sports shops or any specific one?
So not really. So we are completely open to any kind of shops. So as I said before, you have from bar, restaurants, or all the museums in Lugano that are accepting payment in Luga, or you have like I don't know, hairdress services. So it's very targeted to I mean local shops, so not big shops, but for example also the McDonald's here in Lugano is accepting the payment in Lugan. So and then we have, I forgot it, the city of Lugano accept any kind of payment of taxes and fees in Luga, Bitcoin, Tether, and Ethereum. So also we have the public side acceptance of the Luga for what concern municipal taxes.
Okay. And about the users, who are the main users adopting the Luga token? Is it more like young people or kind of like ages?
No. It is more young people. So we have users from 18 years old, which is the minimum age that you need to have to use the Luga, to 94 years old. So the maximum age of a person that is actively using the Luga in Lugano is 94 years old, but with the concentration between 20, 35, 40 years old.
Okay, and I guess that the main incentive is the chargebacks, right? Like if you get 10% chargeback, you said, it reaches directly to your Luga account, or do you have like kind of like a wallet in the
Yeah.
Luga blockchain, or how does it work that?
Yeah, you have a wallet. So as I said before, it is a multi-asset wallet. So you can store there Luga, Bitcoin, Tether, and Ethereum with no problem, and then pay with the PIOC that is dedicated to this. So with the PIOC, you can the PIOC can make available payment also with the credit card, but also with any kind of other digital currency, as I explained before. And then you have two different kind of payment system. The first one is paying with the Luga. So if you pay with the Luga, you immediately receive the 10% cashback, like a 10% discount from the total amount of the bill. While you can pay with cash or credit card, for example, and then ask only for the cashback in Luga by scanning a QR code on the PIOC.
Okay, get it. And is it like a public blockchain? Like you can see the transactions between merchants and customers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not
Yeah,
like a basis scan or a
if you
poly
find
scan?
No, it is on our Explorer, so on the Explorer of the blockchain of the city of Lugano. So if you search for Swiss Ledger Explorer, you find the Explorer with the transaction updated at every second, and the same for the Verify Lugano. So once a public officer certify documents of the city of Lugano on Verify Lugano, you can see the transaction in the blockchain in Explorer of the creation of the certification of the document.
Okay, thank you. That was all.
Thank you, Gonzalo. We have a question from Shane as well. Lorenzo, I hope you're not tired yet. There are many more coming.
No problems.
Hi, Shane. Good to see you.
Lorenzo, for presentation. So the blockchain, and sorry if maybe I missed some parts, but the blockchain has EVM, right?
Yeah.
Is one part just personal interest? Is it Bezu that is used in this permission network?
No. It is completely built on scratch from Ethereum virtual machine by our technical partner, which is Noku, and they have also developed some Ethereum protocols for the structure of the Swiss ledger, and everything can be found publicly on GitHub.
Okay. Then so I guess then the tokens are like native smart contracts, like ERC20 or etc. that are implemented, which is great that there's a lot of transparency. I'm just curious if you face any like pushback from some parties regarding privacy, or also, and then I will wrap up my question, like on the public ledgers, public permissionless, there's often a lot of tension regarding privacy, and there's roadmaps as new technologies come. So I'm wondering if you see this privacy and some use cases also as a limitation, and how you're looking towards that in the future. But thank you.
So, for what concern the transactions, the transactions are public, but with the impossibility of reknowing a single consumer or a merchant, because any kind of merchants or consumer are identified by a cryptographic identifier, which is completely unknown by the public. So you see that a certain ID, a certain cryptographic ID, has bought something of a certain amount on another cryptographic ID, which refers to the merchants, but not only, because we have three KYC levels that the users can afford. And with the first, I mean, you have limited amount of money that you can have in Luga within the wallet and stuff like that. Then you have a second KYC level where you can only buy. And then with the third KYC level, which is the complete one, you can also do peer-to-peer transactions. So for example, if we have a complete KYC wallet, we can exchange Luga between me and you and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's unique per transaction then.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
We have a question from Dominic, but Dominic had to leave a bit early, so I'd love to have responses to questions from people who are still here. For example, Fred asks, is the Swiss ledger open to use for applications with smart contracts from private companies?
Absolutely, absolutely. So as I explained before, we have I think of 36 entities that are supporting the network. 23 are private companies. So we are completely open to any kind of entities. The only once a company want to join the network, there is according to also to the Swiss law, some documents that has to be provided to the city of Lugano. There is a very short, in terms of time, audit phase done by our legal office we have to be sure the only things that we ask to companies that are part of the network is that they will not use the blockchain for something that is illegal, and that they have no juridical problems within the European Swiss context. So after we have done this audit process, then there is the technical requirement to satisfy for having the node store somewhere, and then you can be part of the network. You can actively use the chain. Also, we have a test net, so you can use both the test net and the main blockchain to any kind of application you want to provide. Is exactly the situation of some private companies that I have mentioned before, like Weekend, Palo Alto here in Ticino, but also VAR Group now will have many use cases, moving from a private blockchain that we're using before. Now they will move on Swiss Ledger by providing private services within the ledger. So it's really the idea, no? So what the city of Lugano is doing is proposing the blockchain as a sort of digital platform, like a city in a physical terms, where any kind of companies can provide their digital service within the ledger at the same rules, with the same infrastructure. So absolutely, completely available in this.
Thank you so much, Lorenzo. And we are at the top of the hour. I know that some of you probably have other meetings to attend to, so I think we'll close this now. If there are any questions, I'm sure you can find Dr. Lorenzo's email online and just reach out to him. I'm sure, Lorenzo, I think, sorry to call you out here a bit. I'm sure this is okay with you. If not, please, okay, if it is, then that's great.
No, you
Thank
can
you.
find me on LinkedIn, For the email is name.surname@lugano.ch.
Great, awesome. Thank you so much, Lorenzo. And if anyone of you would like to receive a summary of this meeting, please sign up to our community. We are free to join, and also we will be sharing the whole presentation on the LFDT YouTube channel tomorrow. I want to thank everyone here today for joining, and this is what this community is supposed to be about. And thank you, Lorenzo, once again. This was a very insightful presentation, and I'm sure many of us have been inspired and have some insights that they'll now be able to bring back to their organizations. So thank you once again.
Thank you very much, absolutely, from my side to you for the invitation, and have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much. Bye bye.